not going to get for real. The scripture says you must rejoice and be glad. Amen. On that day it will be said, in that period of time, when those who are with Messiah will be able to give glory to Him, for the marriage of the Lamb will have come, and His bride has made herself ready. A ready bride has no sin. Amen. If you therefore say that you cannot be perfect in terms of your conduct, you're not His bride. Amen. Because His bride lives for perfection. Amen. His bride is perfected by Him. Amen. And the Apostle Shaul said that he made a commitment to present the Corinthian saints as a chaste virgin. Not a sleep about virgin. Not a Christmas virgin. A chaste virgin, meaning she's pure of all stains of humanity. So he had to whip them to get him in shape. Tell him that you ought to get off. Because I have made a promise to Yahweh that I present you to Messiah as a pure bride. In reading that, I have made the same promise.
Oh, glory. Glory.
Thank you for those two amen. I thought the whole church would be honored from that. But some of you get a revelation in that in order to present you in that manner, we wouldn't be good friends.
Not so.
Amen? Amen. It will be some very hot, tough days. And I don't hate you. I'm not the kind of preacher because I love you. I'm telling you why. Because I made a commitment. That anybody who Yeshua and Yahweh placed under my care spiritually shall be presented to Him. A chaste, not chaste as in runaway. Chaste means proper. Chaste. Others will be chaste for real. Get from here. If you don't want to do right. But the chaste ones, the proper ones, shall be presented to Him faultless. Amen. Saints, you can be faultless in this life.
Amen.
It is not an impossibility.
No, it is not.
Thank you so much. You got to get 2 drums of oil for Brother Elton and drop him inside by the end of the day. All these words he used. He was given a report, but oh man, he should adjust the report. Tailor the report. Next thing, if you go to school, tell the teacher, you can't explain back. And you say, where you learned that? When you say church is over for all of us. I knew it. In this week, so much has happened in Guyana that proves that Yahweh's word is true, say. And most of you who follow me on Facebook and have heard me speak to this or saw the news should be assured that Yahweh's word is certainly true. And is spoken in here in truth. Amen. When we had the outcry about the children being labeled in the schools as LGBTQ by the British High Commission and the Director of Child Care Protection Agency and SAS and those people, they said that we were overdoing it. And it did not take 2 months for what I said to them will happen to happen. That if you label children as LGBT anything, they shall think you're giving them the right to act in that manner. So we've got a report of a sadistic set. They're said to have maybe a thrill for pain. So these boys, 10 years and under I think it is, would have reportedly gone into a bathroom behind a 6-year-old child, covered his, beat him first because they want to see pain first. Cover his mouth next, then perform the act. I would not doubt that 1 or 2 of them had that experience with an adult.
Exactly. I wouldn't doubt it either. They had to
Somebody had to
learn
teach them.
Yes.
And 99.999% of sodomites were cultured by adults. They aren't born that way. They got experiences of children and made them think that it's okay to do it. Because some got monetary pleasure, some got things like phones and shoes and cars and stuff like that, and they felt that if I keep going with men, then maybe this how the world turns. What is disturbing to me the most, not surprising but disturbing, is that the Ministry of Education had nothing to say until now. Because the Minister of Education said it's normal for men to go with men. She didn't say it's not about to force them, but it's not about to do it if you're willing. And she said she'd be prepared to protect LGBTQ students. Now who's she responsible for? Stand, Jeremy. Don't sleep, stand. Don't stop today. You understand? And I just want to stand for my sake. Stand who Jeremy is. Who's Jeremy? Yeah. That's not. No, stand to see. How old are you? How? 10. Okay. Do you go to school? Answer for my sake, for the sake of faith. Do you go to school? Yeah. Are you a student? Okay. Can you imagine the Minister of Education of this country says that she's protecting a student? She didn't say age. Who identifies as homosexual? Can you imagine the British High Commission in this country says that we must have special protection for people who want to be that? Instead of a belt?
So then what happens to the others who don't want to be that?
They're going to be beaten.
My boy is like a son of mine, 10 years old. What conversation you must have if he identifies anything but a man? Yes? Right. They're fussing for Christmas party.
You're right.
Right, rather than protecting them. How old are you, Noel? How old are you? 12. The minister had no age limit. Students across the board must be protected if they identify as this. Additionally, unexpectedly, none of the big media houses, including NCN, could have reported about this because they have a number of male sodomites who are news reporters. So they can't report about their own behavior. How could the National Communication Network not report something of this nature to the nation? That there is a report? No! The media fraternity in Guyana has a lot of hands because they like being noticed.
That's true.
But HGBTV brought it, but called it Abrams did not read it.
Why some of y'all couldn't read it now? I want some of you to come forth and say, we condemn even the thought of this act. Now I'm giving them a few days. Let's go close. Yes, they are.
Some of the parents of the students who attend the school said that they were told not to go to the meeting.
They were told they should not go to the media with this because it doesn't look good. Mind you, remember the story where the parent beats a child, beats some teacher? Yeah. The news reported that 2 students have been taken out of the school. They didn't tell anybody. They never hit a soul. The mother was involved in an altercation. And the Ministry of Education removed the children. They're bugger boys. And they're back in school the next day.
Nonsense.
Right there, John.
Wait, man! I always ask, does anything bother people in this country? Like some of you look too normal in this room. Do these things don't get to you?
Yes.
Something must be wrong with me then.
No.
I'm telling you all, I give them a few days when the exam does work. Once this exam does blow off, and the Ministry of Education will talk right, I'm going down to 21 breakdown.
That's right.
On the road.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Thank you, sir. The minister has to go. She's not supporter anyway.
That's right.
Exam done? No, some of them primary school right exam. You already did. Primary school right exam. Hold on. Once the exam does settle, I get them a few days, and you see the school don't close Friday. I am going to 21. Be prepared for me, because I announced that she needs to go. You got to people cross. The children whose mother did something to the teacher, you put them out of school. Go somewhere else. And the boys must be in the same school with people they hurting. She got the schools crossed. I'm here with this. The record, I said it often enough for police who follow. Good day, officers. Y'all only watch me to see if I say anything wrong. I might say something wrong this afternoon anyway. If you can tell your watch, one day you catch me sleeping. But I tell you, I'm prepared to die for the children in this country. I'm here with that. I mean all my heart. There is no time that this speech will be numbered among those who are too scared to talk.
That's right.
Come on.
This is no joke.
But
6 years old?
some of the preachers can't talk because they have children who are anti-men.
Thank you. And they got deacon,
Yes.
an assistant pastor, and pastor,
Yes. Some of them
bishop, bishop head,
And worship the Son.
worship leader, dancer, usher.
The pastor should shine by.
Thank you, so much. Armor bearer.
Yeah.
You're lucky, but others are a cussing spirit in here. I want to see the spirit out. This neighbor.
They got wisdom.
If you know how angry I am about this behavior, a 6-year-old, I'm wondering if this boy got a father and where the father is. Because I ain't seen the news yet.
Even if he got father and he got uncles,
You
he
feel
got father.
that anybody in here, one of your children could get a report. Not that my child. Anyone who concern me. Boy, listen here. You might as well get tennis roll, cheese, nut butter,
Toilet paper.
toilet tissue, toothpaste, soap, towel. Because they're going down. They will have to lock me up.
Not you alone. Not you alone, man.
Somebody in Guyana has to know. Like the man in Florida. He had his child in a room, and a man who was around the house, his friend. He went out to buy something, the father. He returned home, and he heard a funny sound coming from his son's bedroom. He went to the bedroom, and what did he see? An adult male, his friend, sexually molesting his son.
He had a boy.
The daddy, the father,
Big tip.
When he was finished with this fella, and they took the mugshot, this here big like that. Mug around here, I bulge out. He beat him to a pulp. When he knocked him out on the floor, now blackout, he went to the kitchen for a knife. And he came back, and you know who saved the man's life? His son said, Daddy, come on, man.
Yep.
I can understand the child thinking, you're going to go away from me for a while if you do this. He get the picture, he understand, let the police come. He said, if his son didn't say, Daddy, come on, that fella would never lifted it to another person. The beautiful thing about that is, in Guyana, I would have been arrested for it.
Yes.
If these kind of ministers here, it's still in government.
Yes.
But over there, they commended the father.
That's right.
In Florida, I like the South. The South don't only vote for Trump, come to South and straight. And they said, this is a wonderful thing, for it happened in your house, and you are protecting your child. Obama would have said, no, you don't take it in your own hand like that. I'm just telling your officer, find a number, find whatever you have to write for me, Niger, London, age 45, if it happened this year, sex, male. Gender, male, not cis, male. And email.
Or transnail.
None of that. Yes, sir.
Apostle, the saddest thing about this whole situation is that normally if a child fight or whatever in school, they're suspended.
Yeah.
The parents are complaining that these boys in school doing this comfortably, and when they ask why they're not out of school, they're told by the head that they got to wait on a decision from the ministry.
Yeah, man. Yes. The head can't make a decision to protect their children.
They could be suspended until the decision comes, but it's
Not suspended, it's supposed to be arrested. The act of burglary is, if you're guilty of doing it, it carries a life sentence. That's not like selling cocaine and drugs in the corner.
and nothing is being done until the ministry make a decision and everybody's quiet, and they have Tina and Mona as superstars. That was a big important news.
Listen, church. Please keep, those who watch me via Facebook and places, please be on the watch. If this man is not there with electricity, I'm going on the road. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
But a TC come with me, because I ain't never scared to go alone. Thank God.
I got to be there.
Thank you. That's a good principle. Instantly out. They're supposed to be sent to a juvenile detention center, and they should not be allowed to sleep among other males either. And you all saying I should, people say that I must go for president. I tell you, stop saying that. Because the day I do that, all these islands you got in there still wasting time. I built a special island for y'all.
I put sharp.
Thank you.
With one thing in mind, they can't do us nothing. That was the mindset.
Of course. Exodus chapter 17. Let's go to the book now. I just want you all to know that which lies ahead. We continue to go to the street. We have to. Let those chickens remain in the coop. When we go to the road, and they shall know, they already know. Because if somebody didn't realize from the moment it happened, I saw some people start saying, isn't this the same thing that Nigel and me warned you all about? How does some remember? Because they know. Have you noticed that Guyana Trans United and none of them has said a word about this boy? They can't. None of them could talk.
One actually, that the Indian one that was on, yeah, he's speaking out, he's a lie that they're giving moon and saying whoever the other one is, all this attention, and nobody's talking about a 6-year-old boy that was being, you know.
So maybe he's on the verge of repentance.
I was surprised to see this video, this man was angry about.
No, they have to talk because they know that I'll continue to say that they can't talk.
It's only him, there's no one.
I tell you why they talk. Because when little boy Archibald was murdered in Rubiz, it took them 3 weeks to talk. After I kept saying, y'all can't talk. Look at somebody get murdered by big men, sodomize the boy and kill him. Why y'all can't talk? Then they issued a statement. We in no way support the killing of an innocent child. They don't support the killing part. They support the other part. Let's go. Are we next to the 17?
Yes.
Alright, good. We read this very short chapter, so just for context from last week. Still looking at the hour of deliverance, by the way. The whole community of the people of Israel left the Sin desert, traveling in stages as Yahweh had ordered, and camped at Rephidim. But there was no water. Remember that from last week?
Yeah.
For the people to drink, they quarreled with Moshe and demanding, give us water to drink. But Moshe replied, why pick a fight with me? Why are you testing Yahweh? However, the people were thirsty for water there and grumbled against Moshe. For what did you bring us up from Egypt? To kill us, our children, and our livestock with thirst? Moshe cried out to Yahweh, what am I to do with these people? They're ready to stone me. Yahweh answered Moshe, go ahead of the people and bring with you the leaders of Israel. Take your staff in your hand, the one you used to strike the river, and go. I will stand in front of you there on the rock of Horeb. You are to strike the rock, and water will come out of it, so people can drink. Moshe did this in the sight of the leaders of Israel. The place was named Massah. Massah meaning testing. And Meribah, or Meribah, means quarreling. Because of the quarreling of the people of Israel, and because they tested Yahweh by asking, is Yahweh with us or not? Verse 8 is we want to begin, or we continued last week, but we pick up from there and focus on that aspect until the end. Then Amalek came and fought with Yeshua at Rephidim. And we said last week that we want water, be careful. Because once you have water available, which is the word of Yahweh, you have to be tested by it. And they're normally enemies that show up when you get the word. That's why many people shout for prophecies and then they're despondent or they're discouraged. Because you holler and then you get tested. Moshe said to Yehoshua, choose, and this man, David Stern is his name?
Yes.
Yes. In order to sell his Bibles, he added Joshua. This is the closest you get to Hebrew, apart from Orthodox Hebrew Bible, by the way. But I still don't agree with it for the time. I think I'll do Bible on my own. In the context of the proper, pure naming. Then Amalek came and fought Israel at Rephidim. Moses said to Joshua, choose men for us. Go out and fight with Amalek. Choose men for us. Go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with Elohim's staff in my hand. Joshua did as Moshe told him and fought with Amalek. Then Moshe, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. When Moshe raised his hands, Israel prevailed. But when he let it down, Amalek prevailed. However, Moshe's hand grew heavy. So they took a stone, and put it under him, and he sat on it. Aaron and Hur held up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other, so that the hands stayed steady until sunset. Thus Yehoshua defeated Amalek, putting their people to the sword. Yahweh said to Moshe, write this in the book to be remembered. Remember why last week?
Yes.
And tell it to Yehoshua, I will completely blot out any memory of Amalek from under heaven. I want to read that line to you again. I, Yahweh saying, will completely blot out any memory of Amalek from under heaven. Is that in your Bible?
Yes.
Moshe built an altar, called it Yahweh Nissi, which is Yahweh is my banner, or Yahweh is my miracle. And said, because their hand was against the throne of Yah. See, David's turn again. His name is right here. Yahweh will fight Amalek generation after generation. This afternoon discourse that we will have has to do with Yahweh's dealing with generations of your enemies. If you are too loving according to the worldly standards, I'm not talking to you. I'm speaking to those in this room who understand that Yahweh knows people better than we do.
Yes.
And Yahweh knows people by generation. Yahweh knows who is influenced by their parents.
Yes.
Yahweh knows who has a record of evil throughout their generation. It's not called a generational curse. They just observe conduct through generations. There's some generations who are known for being vile, disgusting, bad-minded.
Wicked.
Thank you. Wicked, envious. The grandfather never liked people having anything. The son has the same attitude, and his son has the same attitude. Because they always transfer information. It's not a curse. It's a transfer of information. So the father tells his son that he must always be against certain people. Yahweh has sent me to talk to you about your banner this afternoon. This loving God that we hear about, that people talk, not him, but people talk about. If he is what they say he is, he would not likely wipe out generations of people. Because if he says that from generation to generation I will destroy them, it means that even when a baby is born among the Amalekites, they are subjected to death.
Straight from the womb.
My question is, what did the innocent baby do? Innocent. Alright, imagine two people have sexual intercourse. And the gay lady gets pregnant. She gives birth to a child. They're from Amalekite. And the birth of this child, Yahweh permits to kill them in generations to come. Because your forefathers fought my people. Is he different now? Is he a different God? Let us check. He's inquiring. I have grown up for years around church people. Long time. 17 years or so. 28 years. I've had the experience of being among both, the false and the true. And the false church, that I call it, shout about, here's my banner. You all ever heard that?
Yeah.
He is Jehovah. He never drove in the first place. I should have known that then. He's Jehovah Nissi. Nissi, the Lord my banner. And they shout. I never knew it was sound. But when they make it sound as if it's just a big banner over you right here, for whatever reason, I don't know. I never knew until I became an apostle of the Lord Yeshua why he's a banner and what it means. And I know that quite a few of y'all in the room on Facebook heard the word Nissi, which is Hebrew, by the way. They don't speak Hebrew, they call it Nissi. They can't say Yeshua. You call it Rapha, which is Hebrew. Shalom. It's Kinu. They get big word for Mekadesh. All that, they can't say Yeshua. And isn't it interesting, Regina, that this morning most singers in these Jesus church will get up and say, Hallelujah! Yes. They like that to that. Shout Hallelujah! What language is that? Hebrew. They can't say Yeshua.
Yeshua is a tongue.
I, for some reason, I slept from 6 yesterday afternoon just about all the way to the morning. I don't have to me, I get notified. I see too much on this radio. Yes. But I got up about 3 o'clock. I was awakened from oversleeping. This is no joke, I'm serious about this now. You all get vexed. I'm telling the truth, like, but I'm telling the report the truth to you. Don't let man tell you what happened. Please don't get vexed. I'm telling you what happened. Can I tell you what happened? Yes. Thank you very much. Somewhere in my mind at 3 o'clock in the morning, I keep seeing the word, hearing the word jackass. That's real, honestly now. And I said, man, something wrong, man. They said, I said the devil. For some reason I guess it was the devil. But I said something wrong. Why would this word be in my head up? I took up my phone. For real. Went in the dictionary. I said, let me see, this is a word defined in English. Well, what did I find?
Interesting.
It's actually a word defined in English to mean a stupid person.
That's right.
A high class, no ordinary one. Donkey is defined in the dictionary too. Yes. As a stupid individual. But jackass is an upgrade. Like when a stupid bad, not ordinary stupid. Yes, ma'am.
The worst jackass isn't it?
See? You are a wise fellow. Everything had an adjective. Jackassery. Yeah. Listen here. No, for real, it's not there. In English, if it's a Bible, it says it has beside it, hold on. Vulgar. This is that vulgar beside it. It's a sick. No, you don't call people that after they didn't start.
Only Nicholas.
Then. But when I look at this thing, no, I see why I saw the word this morning. Because for you to stand in church and say, Hallelujah! And then tell me you can't see Yeshua. What was I called? Thank you very much.
And all of them in Jesus churches.
Tell me, man, we're having a serious conversation here. According to the English dictionary, not me. It is a stupid, absolutely foolish person. And I'm saying to you, it takes a high degree of stupidity for you to say, Hallelujah! Hallelujah! 4 syllables. But you can't say Yeshua.
Jakasuri.
Thank you.
The prophet said Jackass.
You think it was easy when Yeshua looked at well-dressed scribes and Pharisees? Well, they were not ordinary people.
Doctorate.
And say you stink. It would just been just offensive. He said, you are dead men too. Your whitewashed tomb, that's what I say. Most you people like to argue with the Lord and say we couldn't handle with Yeshua today. Some of y'all this you couldn't handle either. Because you want to subject him to your moral thinking and not to his. The Messiah was never nice. He was true.
That's right.
He didn't come to be nice, he came to be true. He is true. 100%.
That's right.
Not just because I have some degree of decorum. I would use certain words around when I'm speaking. But if they push certain buttons, like this one here, where you could say hallelujah, they can't say Yeshua, I'll define you all on Facebook now.
Jakasuri.
Yes.
I love that word.
Look how I just give you a new word in English. Don't write it in the
Thank you,
school.
Apostle.
If the students don't write this in class.
It's an English word.
But it's a well-defined word, it's a proper term. A descriptive essay. Right. So Yahweh is called what? Yahweh Nissi. Nissi is not a name. It's an attribute of Yahweh that is being described by Israel. Moshe, the scripture says in verse number 50. Who has a mic? If you got the Bible open. You have the Bible app open? Alright. Read with your nice American accent. And just paint over the terms you just used that sound so bad to you. 50. Listen to Regina's beautiful accent.
Moshe built an altar.
Did you hear that?
Called it Yahweh Nissi.
Stop. Moshe built an altar. But may I move to that, please? Thank you very much. Moshe built an altar and called that altar Yahweh Nissi. This is Yahweh Nissi. Bible school students in the classroom who are so brilliant. When did he build the altar? That's the when part.
After he defeated.
After what?
He killed Amalek.
After Yehoshua defeated Amalek. Alright, you got the first part of it. Deacon Joseph is our in-house researcher. He didn't build the altar immediately after he defeated Amalek. Read verse 14, Regina, please.
Yahweh said to Moshe, write this in a book to be remembered, and tell it to Yehoshua. I will completely blot out any memory of Amalek from under heaven.
Don't read too fast. Read the line one more time for me.
I will completely blot out any memory of Amalek from under heaven.
While Yahweh announces that he will completely eliminate even the memory of Amalek, Moshe then builds an altar and says this is a banner before him. Getting it?
Yes.
What's going on? Yahweh makes an announcement to Moshe. Your enemy, this one here, will not even be remembered by you. Then Moshe built an altar and called it my banner, my miracle. Because for you to be able to remove the memory of my enemy is a miracle.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Many of you have come to the knowledge of the truth today, but you still remember what your enemies did to you long before you came to the knowledge of the truth. Some of you had scars from young children, childhood, that you still carry right now. And you still have a difficulty dealing with the person when you see them. Because you've not encountered your Nissi yet. That's why all you people like to holler in church, oh, you Nissi, yeah, Jehovah Nissi. It's never not Jehovah, we said it already. But what does Nissi mean? If you're not taught about Nissi, then you will understand why it's applicable. If you want to see what the old church said, oh, forgive them anyway, and you said of your enemies, I forgive them even if they didn't come to me for forgiveness, you don't have Nissi.
The memory must be removed.
You cannot make a decision to forgive anybody who does not repent. You are operating contrary to the scriptures. You don't make some nice, fancy social decision. Oh, after all, we family, so I might as well forgive you so you could all have Christmas dinner together. What Christmas dinner together? Anybody who has not sought forgiveness does not deserve forgiveness.
Amen. Bring them out, Pastor.
Thank you. Anyone who doesn't seek it don't deserve it.
Must be penitent.
So when you thinking, oh, this man broke my heart, he went out of the house, he got out of the house, lived with somebody else, take some other woman, do that, or the woman did it, go and take some other man, whatever. But I'm a church man.
For my sake, I forgive.
Oh Lord, you remember the preacher tell you all that. That when you forgive somebody, it's not about them, it's about you.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you don't carry them around on your chest, you don't carry them anywhere. You carry the principle with you, not them. The principle is if they don't seek it, you don't give it.
Teach it.
So when you decide that you are more noble than Yahweh, Yahweh said, fine, since you want to forgive what didn't forgive, then fine, live with them. Live with their memory. You are not to forgive anybody Yahweh has not forgiven.
That's right. Amen.
Talk to me, please. Talk to me. Oh, you only like this kind of preacher. I told you all.
I love it.
I want you, church. Listen to me, please. Yahweh Nissi was named based on an announcement that the enemies will be wiped out. Do you want him to be Nissi to you?
Yes.
So what do you feel supposed to happen to those who are fighting for that? Yes, Andre. They change. They turn. The scripture says that it's because of his mercy which repentance is produced. When Yahweh shows mercy to those whom he wants to show mercy, the natural tendency for them is to repent. They repent and you see the change, and their repentance is marked by coming to you to say, I have sinned against you. Let me bring the prodigal to the table now. The boys called prodigals, and he never named that, but they were called that for topic. The young man who told his father, give me my portion. Let me leave. Daddy gave him his portion, he went out of the house. And he, you know that thing from Sabbath school and Sunday school? Good. When he called himself, he said,
I have sinned against him.
Instead of going to my daddy, and I'm going with a speech. The speech is, Father, I have sinned. Don't whisper. Sin. I have what? Sin. Against heaven and you. Why you include the Father? But you got some deep church folk who will tell you, I talked to the Lord already. Yes. But I can't come preaching this afternoon. You know this thing, buddy. I've been right with the Lord. So in other words, you don't matter. I talk to church people. Some preachers do that. They don't want to offer you an apology, so they say, well, me and God are right. And you must accept that foolishness. Yahweh Nissi is an announcement to all that my enemy has been taken care of forever. Hallelujah. Not a temporary fix. This is a permanent solution. So much so that I don't even remember they existed. I have been fortunate to live Nissi. And I told Reg and Marita, certain people, for real, I'm saying, When you see Yahweh tell me that I am finished with somebody, believe me, I don't even remember them. They may pop up once in a year. They become non-existent. Finished. I don't even know some of them there. Because I don't care. Nissi means that heaven has made a decision to free you of a memory that once hurt you. Nissi is heaven making a decision to free you of a memory that once hurt you. That's what Yahweh Nissi is to you. He is going to find that enemy. Watch this. That showed up on your journey in freedom and try to challenge his taking care of you. And watch this. It cost you some people from maybe your family, whatever it is. Because remember, Yahushua was fighting. When Moshe was hurt, what happened? When Moshe fell, what happened? Losing. Losing means what? No losing means some people are dying. So, on the path to freedom, some folk that you may have known were dead. And Yahweh said, no, because you may have encountered certain hurts on my path to take you, I promise you, I will have to show up and eliminate the memory of what you suffered in this field.
Hallelujah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Apostle. In addition to the deliverance services that we attended over the years, there was a woman in this nation called Glory.
I remember her.
She used to do this, what you call inner healing of the memories. And still people, after they went through her, they still used to go into deliverance.
Thank you. I know quite a few went to Glory Grace service. I went to Glory Grace one time when I was a young man. Question, go ahead.
I believe it has to do with something.
They can read it.
I believe it might have been something you said earlier. Loretta is asking, how do we explain Christ being on the cross saying, forgive them for they know not what they do?
Excellent. Because he came to save his people from their sins. If Messiah did not intercede on their behalf, and you didn't say forgive all these people here.
His people.
Good. The reason why you have to say that is none of them would have been saved if you didn't say that.
So,
are you Messiah? No. Oh, just checking. And why did he say the part they don't know what they're doing?
blinded. You're blinded.
Why did he add that line to it? They don't know what they're doing.
Because he blinded them.
How many times have you ever heard that? Go ahead.
No, because
Get him, Mike. You want to hear it back?
They had been blinded because it was the same people who a couple of days ago were shouting Hosanna. Then the same set of people shouting crucify him.
There you go.
They're blinded or they all of Jehovah.
Watch. And I'm trying to ask the question. The red only brings out some very important points for us. Look at this. Most of your church life, your preachers tell you that the scripture says, it never said that by the way, that if the devil had known, he would not have crucified the Messiah. You ever heard that say?
Yes.
Anybody else say yes? The Bible never said that by the way. Never. It says in Corinthians, if the rulers had known, they would not have crucified Messiah. Who are the rulers? There was no demon. No demon could crucify Messiah. Not one. Because the demons, when they saw him, said, Yeshua! Please! Is this the hour for you to torment us? So we crucified him if they buried him already.
Wow.
Hasatan encountered him and said, if you are the son of Yahweh, then do these things. And then Yeshua finished him and said, get behind me! How are you crucifying me if you're running? The scripture never said if Satan had known. The scripture said if the rulers had known. Who are the rulers? Kepha told them who they are in Acts chapter 2. When he got up to preach, he said, you people, your fathers, the Sanhedrin, the high priest, Caiaphas and those people, they crucified Messiah because it was a preordained plan by Yahweh. So Shaul wrote further that if the rulers of Israel, the spiritual people, had known who Messiah was, going to kill him. You know why? Because they were looking for Messiah themselves.
Right.
So how were they killed what they were looking for?
Right.
But the book said Yahweh blinded them. So when Yeshua said, they don't know what they're doing, he's announcing to us as well. This is a divine plan. Because if they only see who I am,
They won't crucify him.
Lord, thank you for the question. All right, watch this. Watch. They asked Yehuda. His name was never Judas. They told Yehuda, when he entered him, he said, listen, what do you give if I tell you who he is? What would you give to me if I reveal who he is to you? That's a deal. They said 30 pieces of silver. Good. The one I kiss, that's a man. Come, brother, you ain't kissing you. You ain't kissing him. Just come forward. Good. So this is Yeshua. I am Yehuda. The priests want to know who he is. Come, priest. Come along, your priest. Come on, that priest are here. And they start count like Tina. 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, like 4, 5. I want 5 high priests, 5 priests, 1 high priest, and 5 priests. You got priests, you got priest, but he's a high priest. Come brother, my pure priest. Separate yourself from him, man, because we negotiating on this side. You Messiah on that side. Come priest, we making a deal. You're all on this side. You don't know him, come on my side. I'm Yehuda, I'm going to betray him. You have to capture the moment, you might have to swing the camera a little bit. That's alright, good. I'm Yehuda coming, you the high priest. You're a priest. You're a priest. You're a priest. High priest means at a certain time of the year, he has to step up and serve Israel. When his time is up, he could be high priest the next year. He becomes priest again. They're all priests, but high means your time to serve the nation. I come to them and say, what would y'all give to me if I reveal who Messiah is to you? You heard the question? You negotiate. 30 pieces of silver. You got money? Give me some money. You got so he paid me my money. Good. I am leading now some people, they said, to find him. And I say, send me the people. When I kiss this fella here, that's a man. Rabbi! You're a man. Watch this. They led him. The army now led him to them. They see him. What was the deal we made? What did I make with them? I will reveal him to you. Give the money. Watch this now. Although I did this, they still kill him. Y'all get this?
Yes.
Although I revealed him to them, they still kill him and they know who he is. Man, if after I tell you this here is Yeshua, the one who came to save his people, how you could still kill him? Why did they bow and worship him? It had to be a divine plan for them to not see what they were doing. Hence his statement, they don't know what they were doing. Hence Shaul wrote, if the rulers had known, they would not have crucified him. If they'd known what? If they'd known his purpose and who he really is. You get this?
Yes.
In their presence is the person they paid to see and get to know. And they still couldn't believe who he was. Wow. Thank you, high priests and priests. And Yeshua. The difference between Yeshua, in terms of the word question, and people in your life, is they know who you are.
Yes.
And they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
Because they tell you what they're doing.
Yes.
The book frees them because if they knew they wouldn't do it. Do you remember what the people of Israel said? Let me remind you what they said. When Yeshua was being tried, they shouted. Because Pilate, they were in trouble. They did Herod. But they shouted, the people shouted, let his blood be on us and our children. They thought they were saying something so bad. But their announcement was absolutely prophetic.
And the blood is salvation.
Let his blood come on us and all of our children. Who did he come to save? Them and their children. How would he save them? Without the shedding of his blood, there's no remission of sin. But they didn't know what they were doing. Because the only way his blood could be shed is if they say crucify him. Kill the lamb.
So how they don't believe in predestination?
They don't
We
believe.
think that
Exactly.
that vehicle.
Still your choice.
People still believe they have all the choice in the world. Amalek had no choice in reference to their future. Amalek's future was announced at Nissi. In this, our year, where Yahweh promised redemption, some of those same memories will be blotted out. They're gone. Some people will be removed from your life permanently.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yisrael didn't cry for them. This for a whole month past, I tell you all this. Stop mourning for people that Yahweh take away from your life. If they are truly your enemies, you'll never cry for them.
Amen.
If they brought you as much grief as you say they're bringing you, how do you cry when they're gone? What did you miss? At Rephidim, where there was the battle and Yahushua was fighting them, this was a pathway they were going towards the promised land. And on the path to the promised land, they encountered an enemy. The first enemy to fight them, Yahweh said, good, these here, you'll never remember them anymore. They're gone.
Forever.
You can't want to see Nissi and still want to be nice.
Make up your mind. What's nicer?
If Yahweh is presenting himself to you as your miracle, as your banner, then you can't go looking for them in the hospital. Because everybody else is going.
And if I would not look bad for
Oh, how are we going to look after all? After all? When Yahweh has made the decision to deliver you, he equips you with every emotion you need to be strong. Strong enough to watch it unfold before your eyes. Because the glory comes from his deliverance. Not your performance of trying to be nice. The glory is in you seeing the work of your Father's hand in the life of your enemy. That's where the glory is. But how can we experience Nissi when we stop up on what society expects us to do? Yahweh said in his word, I will blot out the memory of these people completely from you. No more from under heaven itself. Moshe built an altar and called it my miracle, or Yahweh is my banner. The next thing is, church, if Yahweh is your miracle, and if Yahweh is your banner, we focus on the word miracle, how do you need a repeat? If your miracle dealt with it already. If Yahweh fixed the matter yesterday, how you needed to fix the same thing tomorrow? And the next day? And the next one? And leaders telling you all in church that your deliverance is not complete. It's a process. It takes a while. For what? Yahweh completes whatever he starts. If he grants you a miracle, it's done. It's a finished job. He don't give you temporary relief. He How then could Yahweh deliver you emotionally from somebody, but you still have to keep checking for them? Let me maybe take off the jacket and show you my brightly colored shirt, because you're in trouble this afternoon. I'm trying to keep myself in check. If Yahweh has delivered you emotionally from anybody, why are you checking up on them still? You're not free. Because you're still stuck in a place where your heart should not be. They're so quiet.
Some of us speech belong to God, so you can't hold back the speech.
Talk? Alright then. If I talk, blame Sister Jelana. You say talk. When you free, for real. Tell me the phone, please, Gina. Tell me what I'm waiting for. I want you, people don't know when they see. People don't know when they talk. They don't know when they see. You're free. How you give me this kind of color phone to start before the people in church? This is my phone, please. It's your phone. You're free. You say, I'm done with this man or this woman. I'm finished. I'm over her. Okay. And this is your Facebook. How? Why are you scrolling through their photograph?
Not free.
To see how he looks. And if you see him with her, you have to.
Because you're trying to find out who is she.
You know it right? So right there, send a message, hi. So you're like, hello. I'm just checking on you. Or two-letter GM. GM. WID. Why? Why? Because you want to now, wait, can you tell me, this man really could take somebody else? Yes! Because you're done. Don't come out of places and even say anything. Don't let it happen. If you're finished, leave it alone.
It's done.
You can't see Nissi if you're still checking for him. If it's finished, don't be checking for the man. I'm talking to them, you talk this way. I'm sorry, you're so brave. You see the woman start searching for my name now.
Yes.
When you find her name, you send her a message. Hi.
Some of that board.
Hello. I just want to get to know you. For what? If you are free of him, stop checking on him. Let it go. Let your banner frees you of memories. Your banner releases you of that garbage. Yes, ma'am.
Apostle, I told a relative of mine that the other day, and she removed her whole Facebook status. She listened. Because she said she doesn't want any.
Glory. That is when you're free for real. I remember when Pastor Mel was being freed in terms of or legal man in terms of divorce. The judge said, what do you want? Car, this, that. My sister's the boss boy. She said, no, Your Honor, I don't want any of those things. Nothing.
Excellent.
All I ask you for is the right to carry my father's name. I wanted to know. Free me of his name.
She's a boss.
That's all I want. Give me back the name of the man who loved me for real. Let him keep his stuff. Give me the name. You know the name for real. When you're done with them, you don't go hunting for them. You don't go searching to see what's in their best interest because you have no interest whatsoever. You have been, Yahweh has freed you. Your Nissi has shown up. Yahweh Nissi is a serious time in your life. Yahweh Nissi is when the enemies are destroyed. You ready for verse 16, Regina? Who got a mic? Get a mic on. Read verse 15 and verse 16 for me, please. No, read 14, 15, 16. Read it in the package. Yahweh said to Moshe.
Yahweh said to Moshe, write this in a book to be remembered, and tell it to Yehoshua. I will completely blot out any memory of Amalek from under heaven. Moshe built an altar, called it Yahweh Nissi, and said, because their hand was against the throne of Yahweh, Yahweh will fight Amalek's generation after generation.
You hear that? Verse 16. Because their hand was against the throne of Yahweh. Because their hand was against what Yahweh was doing, which is authority. Yahweh decided, I will wipe them out. All right. You are called the work of his hand. We are the work of his hands. If they are against us, they are against the hand of Yahweh. Because we are the work of his hand. When they fight us, they are resisting his hand in our life. Oh, so he's different now, huh?
Same Yahweh.
If Nissi is not presented to the church tolerates enemies for too long. Because the modern church doesn't perceive Yahweh as being willing and able to kill people. Yes, Sister Jack.
And Yahweh wants to save everybody.
And they were saying,
I was having a conversation with someone, and they were telling me that Yahweh would not kill no one because he wrote in the Bible in John 3:16 that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So how come he can love the world and still kill all people? So I was like trying to explain certain things about it, but I'm glad if you could expound because I know they just watch.
They watch?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
sure.
they also tell me now demons make them do things. I said no, demons do not make you do nothing because demon cannot do nothing. I said it's your own wicked mind doing things and then putting the blame on the demon because I explained something like this. I said today you bind this demon because we like bind. I said you're binding this demon, you wrap you up and put in a corner. Oh, tomorrow you're going back again and bind this same demon. And I said, tell me why the logic saying this. I said, because you want to do what you want to do and then say, yeah, when you gotta prove this. I said, this we are doing and claiming this is church.
Alright, let's see the person watches to you watch and you further question. Yochanan 3:16, Yeshua was speaking to a Pharisee. He was speaking to a Hebrew person. And he was presenting the Hebrew person. He didn't begin at 16 either. We had a whole long conversation before that. You must be born again, you must be born in the water, the blood, and the spirit. He said, all that he talked about, he said, a man born in the spirit, you don't know where he is. He goes this way, you don't know. He comes this way, you don't know. And he was giving him all this insight before he got to that part. So when he got to the part where he said, listen, Yahweh loved the world. The term world is not a Greek term. It was never an English term because you didn't speak English. It's a Hebrew term. World to that Pharisee who was knowledgeable of the law was different from any other person who didn't understand it. He gave his son that whoever believes on that son will not perish, but have everlasting life. And I read the rest of the scripture for you to answer the question very clearly. He said in verse 17, Yahweh did not send his son into the world to judge the world, but rather that through him the world might be saved. Question. Is there anybody who will be lost eternally?
Yes.
Then it's obvious this world didn't mean the whole world.
Right.
Because Yahweh cannot fail.
Right.
Yahweh cannot fail. Therefore the world here was not the entire planet.
That's correct.
World means a nation in this context. His people. For Matthew who once said he will save his people from their sins. His people. Okay. Next statement. And the church doesn't read this part right here for some reason. Verse 80. Those who trust or believe in him are not judged or are not condemned. Watch this. But those who do not trust in him have been condemned already. It's right there. So Yeshua didn't have to come to judge them, they're judged already. As long as you don't believe in Messiah, you're condemned. You're finished. Good? That's it. Yahweh, going back to the text in Exodus, wanted to show Israel what a banner is. When he comes to use your banner or your miracle, what it means. And when he showed up to show them that, there had to be an enemy before them. First point. If you don't have any enemies before you, forget Nissi in your life. Remove from the speech. In order for Israel to see Nissi before them, they had to be Amalek. You have to have an enemy. Once you have the enemy, the next thing is the enemy has to be completely destroyed. If you don't want your enemies to be destroyed, forget about Nissi. So watch this. Yahweh is all knowledgeable, they call it, omniscient. Yahweh is all powerful, omnipotent, they call it. Fine. He has foresight. He knows it before it happened. He said, I declare the end of something from the beginning. So Yahweh knew that Amalek was going to find Israel in Rephidim. Correct?
Yes.
Yahweh knew that at Rephidim is where Yeshua will see.
It's Deliverance.
Okay. Because Rephidim is the place where they argue for water. Now that's natural. We're talking spiritual in a minute. The place where water came out of the rock. Water proceeded from the rock. He is the rock. Where water comes out of the rock is a place where enemies encountered.
Yeah.
But that's the place where Yahweh is going to show you now what Nissi means. So in his wisdom, he led Israel in the path of Amalek. Just to show them what Nissi is. He made Amalek want to fight Israel. Because Israel must know what Nissi means. He made Moshe climb the hill and raise his hand. Because Israel must know what Nissi is. He made Yehoshua slay all the enemies. Now the question now is, why Yehoshua? Because the name Yehoshua is a longer version, they call it first temple period, because Israel measured by temple times. The first temple they built, the name was Yehoshua. As time progressed, it was shortened to Yeshua. Our Messiah was not born in the first temple. He was born during the second temple period, when the name was Yeshua. Moshe had Caleb and all them around him, but he looked to Yeshua. And he said to Yehoshua, you find people to go fight.
Yehoshua chose the persons to fight.
Right?
Yeshua chose the apostles, the prophets,
preach for me then.
the teachers,
preach for me,
and
please.
they are the ones who fight the
Preach
spiritual battles on behalf of the saints.
Thank you very much. And that's what we call in the spirit for real. Because we'll get there in a second. Moshe chose Yehoshua. The word means salvation. When salvation is encountering the enemy, salvation can't be defeated. Watch this. Your banner has to be presented to you. Your banner is miracle. How could salvation lose if Yahweh has a plan to show you that He's your miracle? preachers like to talk. The greatest miracle is salvation, but they don't believe the truth. If the greatest miracle you can experience is salvation, then it means you should have any need for deliverance once you encounter the miracle.
Tear them down, tear them down.
If you encounter your Nissi, how you got to be delivered? When he is your miracle.
And why you got to keep covering yourself with the blood?
Hey! Yahushua was chosen, and he said, you choose people. Because Ephesians 4 said he gave, Messiah, Yeshua, give gifts to men, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He gave gifts to men, some to be apostles, some prophet, some evangelist, some pastor, some. He chose who he wanted to give it to.
Yes.
Why? Because the shadow was when Amalek is to be faced, Yahushua chooses who must fight.
Right. Yes.
The issue in the churches today, probably even in this room, is that people don't accept the truth that everyone is not going to function as an apostle. And then some people feel they could step into the apostolic ring and fight.
You were not chosen for that.
There's certain battles that you will never have to face in your life. Never. You live and die and never face it. Never. Never. While there's those that I will have to encounter. So you could receive strength. Teacher, Deacon Joseph needs mic.
I'm sitting here and I'm saying, listening to this message, and say, Yahweh is not the same, he changed, he's not like that anymore.
Right.
But he told the children of Israel, 510 or thereabout years before Saul, that the generation of Amalek will be destroyed.
Wow.
Then he said to Saul, go to them. And all of a sudden he said, go and smite Amalek. And utterly destroy all that they have. Spare them nothing. But slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
Wow.
500 years after, he still remembered the covenant and made with Israel that I would destroy the generation. All of them. And maybe that's why he's so mad with Saul when Saul did not complete what he said.
Right.
Sent him to do.
And he lost the throne. Now that's so critical right there. Because if you read 16 of Exodus 17, Yahweh said, I'll destroy them from generation to generation. Important. Because in order for him to read from generation to generation, he will always ensure that they have some people still living. To produce another generation. And another one. So every time a generation of Amalekites arise, he said, kill this set. But don't have them die yet. Another set. Then another set. Yahweh ensured they continue to produce so you can keep killing them. What a loving God.
Target practice.
Loving to his people.
This is the type of knowledge we have or should receive to have greater appreciation for whom we worship.
Yes.
Because he reigns. And the song we sang earlier today says, be protected by his love. Virginia didn't know what I was going to preach about today. I don't normally tell her what I preach about. But the song is so important. Because the scripture says he brought me to his banqueting table. And his banner, but he knows it, his banner is what?
Love.
Y'all sure you want to say love?
Yeah.
Because you go home with this one here. I can eat. When I talk with this, I can eat something. Y'all look at eat. I can eat. But one time I can eat food.
I can eat.
He brought me, the scripture says, to his banqueting table. And his banner, Nissi, over me is
love.
Alright, so we agree the banner is love, right?
Yes.
Okay. What did Moshe call it, the altar?
Nissi. Yahweh Nissi.
Meaning my banner. And his banner over you is what?
Love.
Let me see if anybody gets this again. What did Moshe call the place?
Nissi.
And later on it says that his banner over me
It's
is what?
Love. So love is the miracle.
So wait. If his banner that he raises over me is love, love will destroy my enemies to this extent?
Yes.
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 From generation to generation.
For you to see the nature of his love for you, you have to have enemies coming before you. And when enemies show up in your face, then he says, no, my banner is raised. The banner of love has attached to it aggression and war.
Yes.
Yahweh loves you so much to ensure that some people will make a baby. Y'all can take this afternoon like this at all. Deacon Joseph read what he told Shaul. They had babies. Sucklings are those on the breast.
Yes.
And he told Shaul, kill them.
Even the poultry, the animal, the livestock.
You don't understand the extent to which Yahweh loves you. And I'm saying to you again, most people who claim to serve him don't.
They don't know.
Because they get uncomfortable when they see his nature at work. Yes,
Apostle,
That is why Yahweh declared that his people are destroyed.
why?
For lack of knowledge.
And what else he said? No, what he said.
Because they have rejected
Thank you
knowledge.
so much. I
You
can reject
also
them
reject them.
and their children. This today is to show you that in some persons around you, their generations will have to suffer. Because they sit and tell their children, no, listen to the foolish man. The man isn't good. Don't follow this man and you show people. You do it. You watch me on Facebook, some of y'all. And because you do that, what you have informed your child is, you are also an instrument to be destroyed. If you, and one of you preachers here again, if you decide to teach your child to dishonor and to fight Yahweh's servants, they shall die like you. Because he is Nissi. And Nissi says, wherever water flows, you will see my love in action. You will see my nature in action. Wherever the word is, you will see my nature in action. Because my nature is found in my word. So when you hear my word spoken, you shall see my nature in action.
he reveals himself.
I give Yahweh glory for putting me on the good side. I know y'all. When you're busy worrying about the bad side, I give him glory for putting me on the good side. For his mercies endure forever. He has chosen to free us. And he's chosen for us to live now to see what his banner looks like. I am happy to inform you all, because I don't be sorry for these things. One of the preachers who stood publicly in Linden, another one by the way, and his assistant, both of them one time, who stood publicly and said, "How do we all come in all this issue of nonsense about? We always know Jesus." He had to be rushed out of Guyana. His kidney has failed. His assistant, same thing.
And there are many more to
Did I
come.
not tell you that they will be destroyed and I look sorry to you? No. He may not live to see next year or the other year. You are seeing Yahweh Nissi in operation in your life. May Yahweh be glorified.
Amen.
For he reigns.
Yes.
And he protects us by his love. Protection in Yahweh's book is destruction to those who want to fight you. He protects us by his love. He will always fight for us. He will always raise a banner over us that says love. When you see that banner, you better back up. Because he will fight. May Yahweh be glorified for being Nissi to us. The author was named based on the experience of warfare. May he be glorified for every enemy who came against you. that you will no longer remember.
Amen.
Amen.
Facebook viewer, thank you so much for your time. Shalom and blessing.